What in the world, Bo? What in the world? What's going on? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope that Lord have mercy, but it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough. I'm gonna be completely honest and completely transparent with you. This is gonna be one of the toughest shows that I've ever had to do. First of all, what in the world, Bo? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope that everybody's doing great today. For everyone out there who don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. I hope that everyone is doing as well as they can do on this evening. I'm pretty sure, as you can see, the old coach. Well, I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. I'm on the struggle bus, Bo. But look, together as a coaching staff, of course, we'll definitely get through it. We got some of the Saints fans in here. Troy Thompson coming in here with the Who Dats. Mr. 30 Cows, talk about who that. Okay. All right. Okay, I hear you, Bo. Raymond Elder, what in the world, Bo? Dex, yes, the Saints fans are in here early. They in here early, Bo. But you know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at what happened in this game. Now, if you can do me a favor, if you're watching this show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the comments. I just want to know that you came on, and just want to check in with you to see. Well, I just want you to check in with me to see, just kind of let me know what's going on. B Tuckin says, "Hey, Bo, we need to finish for 4 quarters, 4 quarter periods. We had this game won until that 12-minute mark in the fourth, but the defense impressed a lot today. 4 sacks. Wow. We could have got six, in my opinion. And you know what? You're completely right, Bo. We could have, we had a chance to do some special things, and we didn't finish. We didn't finish today. Um, and we're definitely gonna get into that. Michael Lucas, much love to you. He said, "Where you at, Bo? We need to figure out the Falcons coaching plan." Man, boy, yeah, yeah. He said they had the entire concert at halftime. We were looking for Jermaine Dupri for the after party. Man, that's what they do, man. That's what they do. False Start Falcons said, "Why did we stop blitzing?" So, basically, I'm just gonna go ahead, let y'all know my perspective about this game here tonight. Today. So basically, to tell you, first half, first half went as good as it could have gone. Like that's how we plan for the Atlanta Falcons to play, and that's what we've been talking about this whole offseason. We've been talking about blitzing, just like False Start Falcon mentioned. We talked about running the ball. I didn't think we were going to be able to run the ball this well against the Saints. I'm just being completely transparent with you. I thought we were going to have to win by taking shots. I thought we were going to have to stretch them out first, then have the pass open up the run. But that wasn't the case. We actually just took one shot down the field, right? Now, moving forward, going into the second half, we had the game under control. Um, we thought there was a turning point play. Jameis, he kind of put the ball to somebody. Ball popped up in the air. They fumbled it. We got the ball back. We said, "Hey man, it's go time." Went up 16. Went up 16 points, 26-10. That should be open and shut. Not so fast, my friend. Hold on there, Ghost Rider. That's not what happened. Basically, moving forward, a few mistakes. Marcus Mariota, apparently he thought he needed to get more yardage. Um, Whenever he was down near the end zone, tried to run a couple of people over, ended up fumbling, right? Um, and then we started running that loose cover three, that skeleton cover three. Jameis Winston ate up Casey Hayward today. I mean, let's just call it how. Let's just say what it is. Jameis Winston ate up Casey Hayward. He ate up the left side of our. Well, I'm sorry, he ate the right side of our defense in the secondary. Michael Thomas had his own little highlight show down there by the end zone where we were at. So, moving forward, we still had a chance. We stopped them. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. The second 2-point conversion, they didn't get it. We had the chance to go ahead, just hold the ball, get a few more first downs. That couldn't happen. It couldn't happen. Um, I'm telling you, Coaching. 16 points, guys. 16 points. This is how we come out after the offseason playing against the rival New Orleans Saints. 16 points. What's going on? What's going on, JGP? What in the world, Bo? That's all I can say. Fair Play Sports, he says Arthur Smith been a fraud and will always be a fraud. All bark, no bite. Look, we ain't finna talk about the old coach. But, I'm not going to, call the old coach names. But y'all know on this channel, we kind of call it how we see it. Man, Coach Smith and Dean Pease. I'm finna tell you something, Bo. I'm speaking with this one right here from my heart. Because Saints fans, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This loss hurt me. This loss hurt me today, Bo. This loss hurt me. I don't know if it's one of those cases where I could see it happening, and I was sitting here thinking, man, if this happens and this happens and this happens, we're gonna lose this game. And everything happened exactly the way that I said that it could happen. It could possibly happen. And man, whatever. Miles said, "You naked." What the world? Padre, he says, "I've seen enough of Arthur Smith and company. Give Terry Fontenot, Joe Brady as head coach, and let's cook, man. Come, hey. So it's the first game of the season. It's the first game of the season. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This loss rubbed me the wrong way, bro. I've the play calling. You went away from what was working. You was running that inside zone with Cordero Patterson. Lined up in the offset shotgun. It just was. I mean, you got too big for your britches, Bo. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm legitimately sitting on here. I don't know what. 16 points. 16 points, Bo. Jameis Winston only had like 50-something passing yards at halftime. 4 sacks. First of all, let's pass some flowers out. Grady Jarrett. Oh my goo. Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett played like the guy that we've been talking about, the guy that we've been wanting to see for the past couple of years. That's how Grady Jarrett showed up. Arnold Ebiketie got him a sack today, right? I'm gonna tell you something, Bo. This team was talented enough to win today. I'm gonna tell you, I think it's time to Arthur Smith to pass over those play calling responsibilities. I see we got a lot of Saints fans in the house tonight. Much love to you. So my question, because the thing is that on the coaching staff, we always ask questions because I love to get the opinion of everybody, right? So this is Saints fans, this is Falcons fans. I was on Big Q's channel earlier. One thing that y'all let me know if y'all acknowledge this or not. Were Saints fans sweating? Were Saints fans sweating in that third quarter when we went up 16 points? Because I know that they were very, very Sylvia, the young Thundercats. I know that they were very, very confident before the season and before this game, talking about how the Falcons were going to be pushovers and last in the league. If you feel like the Saints were sweating, and Saints fans, if y'all feel like if you were sweating, then y'all be honest with me now. If you feel like they were sweating, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like they had us where they wanted us, some people said at the game, they're like, man, we got y'all right where we want you. We just got to play up to our level. If you feel like that was the case, put a 2 in the chat. Me, myself, personally, I feel like we had the Saints sweating. I feel like they were, look, the couple that was sitting behind me, they left the game. They left the game. Around the end of the third quarter, they left. Grant, I said, Big Low, he about to break a window in the backyard. Put a whole bow. I'm telling you something, boy. I'm telling you something. This loss right here, this loss did something to me. Traquan Smith, he said 0-1. 0-1. Hey, y'all got the best of us. I'll be the first one to eat crow. I'll be the first one to eat crow. But you cannot say that we didn't catch you by surprise. You can't say that we did. And that's exactly what I said was going to happen. JJ the Great with the $5 Superman chat. He says Arthur and Pease lost us this game, but still, even though I hate moral victories, there's a lot of positives to take away from this game. JJ the Great, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. We're going to talk about the whole moral victory conversation a little bit later, but dun-dun-dun, that's a Superman chat. Whoa, boy, man, boy, it's gonna be hard for me to go to work tomorrow. It's gonna be hard for me to go to work tomorrow. I know I'm gonna go to work. I'm the chipper guy, the team leader. Everybody rallies around old Big Low Kuntry. Nobody better not call me tomorrow. Nobody better not call me tomorrow. Let's see here. Ultimate Streams TV. He says, he said, let it go, Big Low. Much respect. Family. I definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna tell you something. We had your backs up against the wall. Whenever I was thinking about this game, and this is an analogy that I was thinking about, and I meant to bring it up to y'all. The Atlanta Falcons, if y'all could, if you're upset, if you're upset that the Falcons lost and you need a way to express it, hit the like button. If you're a Saints fan in here and you're glad that y'all got this win and you're glad that you're 1-0, hit that like button. Either way, I'm asking you to hit the like button. But I'm going to tell you something. And I see a lot of ones in here. I was asking if you feel like the Saints were sweating, put a 1 in the chat. And man, it's looking like everybody putting their ones up like they're Jimmy and Jay Uso and Roman Reigns. Everybody got the ones up. But I told him, I said, hey man, the Falcons, this is a team. They're like a wild animal with their backs up against the wall. Got a quick story for you. Whenever I was a little boy, Daddy Country, big guy, just like I am. I don't remember exactly how big he was. I don't know if he was bigger than me or smaller than me. He was a big guy, had knee problems. We had this shed, this old shed. I don't know where he got it from, but the bottom of the shed, you had to step up to get into it and step down into the shed. The bottom of it was just ground. It was just dirt. Found a snake in there. Snake back up against the wall. There he hit the snake a couple times with a rake. Snake, it kind of crunched up and everything. Then he messed around, threw some gas on the snake while he was up in there. I don't know why in the world he threw gas on that snake. Snake was bouncing off the wall. He was trying to get up out of there, had the bad knee. If you can only imagine. Basically, at the end of the day, the old shed was rocking. I was laughing, killing myself. I was saying, hey, that's the Atlanta Falcons. We're up against the wall. People think that we're done. And I feel like we showed that today. This is part of that whole moral victory conversation that I was talking about. This is what Coach Ronnie keeps saying. Coach Ronnie said, look, Coach, they look like a competent team. Coach Ronnie, Coach Terrell, Artist 444, JBM 93, Mark Panetti. They all think that, look, Dex Dig said, "Hey, they were sweating missiles." See, this is why I got love for the Saints fans, man. They keep it real. They keep it real. The Falcons fans, I'm sure y'all keeping it real too. Mr. 30 Cal, Traquan. Traquan said he wasn't sweating. Come on, Traquan. You know you a little pasty or something now. Rose City said blood pressure was on high. Look, basically what I'm saying is that we came out, we caught the Saints by surprise. A lot of people didn't feel like this Atlanta Falcons team was this good. I put up the video kind of explaining how I was feeling. It's kind of like my own personal journal, right? Tragic 504 says us Saints fans was trying to figure out an explanation for Monday at the time. Marquis, he said one. I mean, look, that's why I like the Saints fans. They keep it real. But yeah, Colors Mike, she said she was nervous. What's going on, Coach? Man, I met Coach Wallace today, man. I met Coach Wallace at the game. He said, yeah, them Saints fans, they were quiet as a church mouse and they were sweating. He said one. Much love to Coach Wallace, man. But basically what I'm saying is that we caught them off guard. We came out, we hit them in the mouth. They didn't expect that. But you got to give credit to the Saints. And this is what I said on Big Q's channel. One thing about Jameis Winston, he's that guy. Y'all remember all the times that he brought Florida State back in games. Whenever the times were hard, he brought those guys back, and he looked like Florida State Jameis Winston. Yeah, I'm just being honest. The fact of the matter is that yes, the Atlanta Falcons coaching staff, the defensive coaches, had some issues with the way they approach things in the second half, especially on defense. We stopped blitzing. One thing that y'all got to remember, though, guys, is that the reason why coaches call plays like that is because not only you got to make sure that you just don't leave the field open all the time, guys get tired. Why do you think they start running zone coverage more at the end of the game? Because guys get tired. You can run a whole lot of man coverage, first quarter, second quarter. Everybody's flying around. People are blitzing. Oh, man, we all fired up. Then you start seeing those big guys putting them hands on the hips, while they wait. They take a little bit longer to get down on the line of scrimmage, before the quarterback hikes the ball. It's because they tired. So I feel like Dean Pease was trying to protect his guys because we know whenever you're hurt, we know that whenever you're tired, that's when the injuries come, right? I feel like Dean Pease was trying to protect his guys. I also feel like he was playing to not lose. He went away from what was working. And I know that we're sitting here saying, hey, this is what you need to do. Mills, what in the world, Bo? More than not said sweat like Mike Pitts. What in the world, boy? Padre said here's what the doctor does. Appreciate that, Bo. But I feel like the coach's pride got the Dean Pease. He felt like he knew, what should be done and everything. And I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I can't look, man. It's one of those things. See, much love to Coach Who That Dana. She said it's all love, big. It's all love, Dana. We ain't got nothing but love for you over here at Big Low Kuntry Sports. This is our favorite time of the year. Whenever we get a chance to face off with the Saints, this is our favorite time of the year. I hate that it came so early, right? Because now we got to wait until December to go down there and eat all day gumbo and, eat beignets, leave powdered sugar everywhere, and leave fingerprints all over the place, whenever we whip up on them Saints. But I want to let y'all know the biggest message that I think the Falcons need to learn is this right here. That's the biggest message, Bo. I need 4 quarters. Simple and plain. I need 4 quarters, Bo. Not 3.5, not 3, not 2.5. I need 4 quarters. Give me $1, please. This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. I'm leaving the stadium, Saints fans saying, man, Big Low, y'all blew another game. Man, how does that feel? How am I supposed to come back? I don't have any arsenal. What can I say? All I can say is, yeah, you're right. I mean, literally, that's all I can say. All I can say is, yeah, you're right. That's all I can say at the end of the day. So, I mean, look, man, we need 4 quarters. T-Mac 23 says, first in-game experience in the Benz. It was fun all around despite the loss. Love the environment, but meltdowns got to stop. Bro, you ain't never lied. I'm finna be completely honest with you. The city was representing. Dirty Birds Nest had their umbrellas, and you know what I'm saying? We were chanting, we ready. The city was representing. I love the environment today. T-Mac, much love to you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. That's that dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. But yeah, I mean, let's be completely honest. They definitely showed up and showed out. Tracy said, y'all did well to me. Well, thank you so much, Tracy. I definitely appreciate that. Bruce Taylor says, NO is full of trolls. All they do is troll over anything. So can forget their pitiful, poor city. Well, look, man, we ain't finna do that because I know a lot of Saints fans and they don't troll. It's like they show a lot of love. We pick back and forth about the Saints and the Falcons, but we don't talk about each other's cities, right? This is a positive channel. We ain't finna talk about the New Orleans because I'll be honest with you. Me and Coach Roney, that's our favorite city. We go to New Orleans all the time. We love the food. We love the atmosphere and the environment. I used to feel like I was a hot boy. I mean, I love it, but I love it. So yeah, I mean, yeah. We don't talk about each other's cities, man. We definitely can't do that. Now, Will Amy, he says Arthur Smith had to excuse more in the red zone, feed Drake London the ball more, and put Tyler Algier in, please, Arthur. We definitely finna talk about Arthur Smith. And I definitely appreciate that, Will Amy. That's that dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, man. So I tell you what. Can everybody give me something that the Saints did that they improved on throughout the game? Like something that they were doing that just wasn't working, and whenever they put it into place, it was like, oh shoot, they in there kind of thing. It was like, oh man, whew. They improved on that throughout the game, and it definitely hurt. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the thing that I seen that they improved on, and I can't even say something that they improved on. What's going all right there, Mr. 30 Cal? I can't say something that they improved on. I can say something that he improved on. Jameis Winston improved on his accuracy throughout the game. In the first half, he missed like 2 or 3 throws outright. But that's the consequence of having pressure put on you. Right? You got pressure, somebody's constantly hitting you. You see hands and shoulder pads flying everywhere, hitting you in your thighs, your hips, up in your chest and everywhere else. You're gonna be inaccurate, right? We stop blitzing, things change. Now it's like, okay, Jameis, he got some time to keep his feet up under him. He's patting the ball a little bit. Jameis throwing dimes. He's throwing dimes. Michael Thomas, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That's tough to beat. It's not like we were putting up points, crazily. Ultimate Streams TV, he says, much love, Big Low, as a Saints fan. From our family, bro. Hey, Well, you said you're our family. Well, much love to you, my family. I definitely appreciate that, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Tracy said that's a good one, Coach. Yes, we need 4. This is what look. I'm gonna start taking this to the stadium. I'm just gonna start holding this up. You know, everybody normally hold the 4s up. I'm just gonna say, hey, we need this right here. You do that for me, I'm good. Oh, Javen said that Casey Hayward lost us. That Casey Hayward was getting his jaws burnt off, Bo. You getting was it Casey? Was Casey Hayward that bad, or was Michael Thomas just that good? Michael Thomas was making some. He was making some really, really good catches. Immortal Knowledge says, Big Low. You were in the doze. Hey, Bo, look, man, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough. That's one of the toughest losses I ever had to sit through. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. JJ says, Arthur has to find a way to scheme Pitts open. That's a problem. 2 catches, 7 targets. That's not gonna work, Bo. That's not gonna work. 2 catches, 7 targets. That ain't gonna work. We need Kyle Pitts involved in the game, not just for my fantasy team, but for the overall health of the Falcons. Drake London, he came out, he showed he played as advertised. He played as advertised. So I mean, we got to get these guys more involved. Brian Edwards, he has to get more involved. I'm finna tell y'all something, and Falcons fans, please don't be upset with me when I tell y'all this, but I think it might be time for Arthur Smith to stop calling plays, because the play that he called, the plays that he called at the end of the game were very suspect. Very suspect. Hoodie Juby, he says, I love you, Big Low. I have to tell you something. I won't never use the phrase 28-3 anymore after the day. Y'all show heart, man. He said he just gave me a heart attack. I'm going to say 26-10 from now on, since we have our own comeback. Wow. I mean, what can we say, Bo? What can we say? But Hoodie Juby, thank you so much for supporting the channel. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man. Yeah, so Granddaughter said coaching adjustments. Will Amy, he says that, hey, look, man, getting these turnovers, it makes a huge difference. Patch Paint says when something wasn't working, they went to something else. The hurry up killed us. Yes. All of those things. Silver Hole says blocking. The blocking adjustments that they made. You know, they did change up their blocking a little bit. They left one more person down in there, and it made a difference. Now, do you see the thing? There was like 4 or 5 things that were changed. Now, those adjustments were made to win the game. The adjustments that the Saints had, they were made to win the game. Mike Lucas says no-huddle killed the Falcons. Yeah, whenever they started running that no-huddle, it put us on our heels a little bit. Coach Wallace says they didn't do nothing special. it was what we didn't do in the second half to finish the game. J Mall says, hey man, I'm depressed about this loss, beloved. It was a tough one, Bo. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me tell y'all what happened. Coach Ronald picked me up from the game. He picked me up from the World Congress Center. You know, I got in the car. You know, I was fussing and cussing and everything. Coach Ronald said, well, look, Coach, like, what do you think? You know? Cliff Jackson said, look, at least we look good losing. It's better than last year, week 1. But Coach Ronald, she was like, man, Coach, so how did they look? The thing is, guys, is that, let me tell you something. Make sure that you have a good mate on your team like Coach Ronnie. Coach Ronnie, she's been there with me through a lot of losses. not just the Falcons, but as a coach as well. So Coach Ronnie knows exactly what to say whenever my team loses. And I take losses hard. I take them, especially a loss like this, you know. But she was like, man, so at least we didn't look too bad whenever we lost, coach. I said, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was tired. I walked down to the World Congress Center and I was John with Saints fans and everything. There was this drunk guy. He was saying stuff I couldn't understand. I was just riding. We was talking, and let me tell you something. Coach Ronan, she took me to the Krispy Kreme. She seen that the hot sign was on, and she got me a dozen of them glazed with a whole milk, and I got a chance to get glazed up a little bit. So look, the day wasn't all too bad. So look, coaching staff, whether you're Falcons fans or Saints fans, make sure that you get a partner like Coach Ronan. Everybody, give Coach Ronan a shout out. Matty Go says, Ebiketie, Grady, the only defensive lineman to get pressure on the quarterback. Graham, Irons, Rush, Antetokounmpo, Dante sack failures. Get rid of those balls with a 2023 draft. What in the world? Dante sack failures? What in the world, Bo? Man, well, look, that's over the $9.99, so I gotta hit that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Matty Ghost. But I mean, yeah, Ebiketie, he got some pressure. I seen Adi Ogundeji. I seen him get a little bit of pressure sometimes. Monte Cushington. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Appreciate it, family. Yeah, I mean, I seen a few people get some pressure. T-Baby says, I just want to know why the Super Bowl curse affecting a new team and staff. That's the real cold hard facts. This city is cursed. It's bigger than football. Hey man, I don't know. I don't know if it's a curse. I think that it's I think it might just be coaching. I mean, and the beautiful thing about this, guys, is that we have people from both sides in the chat. We got Falcons fans, we got Saints fans, and once again, I'm gonna say this: the Saints fans, the beautiful thing about them is that they're gonna tell the truth. Whenever I ask y'all if y'all was sweating, whenever we were up by 16 points, y'all told the truth for the most part. A couple of y'all, I wouldn't believe you if you were knee deep in water, told me your ankles were wet. I wouldn't believe you. I just cut up with you. But that was a test just to show everybody how transparent you are. So my next question to everyone in the chat is, do you think this Atlanta Falcons loss had something to do with coaching? If you feel like the coaching applied to this loss I won't even say more than a minimal way, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like coaching did not affect this, if you feel like coaching did not affect this game and did not cause the Atlanta Falcons to lose, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking, because this that's the big question. That's the big question. Molly Mall talk about the Rams about to smush us next week. Look, Bo, you don't need to worry about us. Tyler Russell, yes, Coach Roney does rock. Coach Roney does rock. Look, I also need y'all, where y'all feeling, while y'all doing your multiple choice answer, for the test. Your one question, multiple choice answer. Make sure that you hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet. If you're a Saints fan and excited that y'all won, hit the like button. You just need a way to express it. Also, if you're a Falcons fan and you're disappointed that we lost, make sure that you hit that like button. I'll definitely appreciate it. Matty Go says, even if Mariota wouldn't have had the fumbles, we would have won. We played good enough to win, even though we had the blitz to get pass rush. And I definitely agree with you, Matty Goes. Even if he didn't fumble, we would have been all right. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Devon in here. He said, all right, coaches, I'll catch y'all later. Aints fans, good game. Good night. Definitely, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Sergeant King in here. He says, we won without Drew and Sean. Next topic. Oh man. My mom said, Big Low. Remember, y'all lost your pants on time. What in the world? What in the world, Molly Ma? Oh, Damian Beard says, "Well, beating the Rams ease the yes, of course. Being 1-1 would definitely ease the pain." Sergeant says, "I'm cooking pigeon gumbo tomorrow." See, come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Damian Beard says, "Got to be smarter in the red zone." Yeah, definitely. Construct Patterson. Shouts out to Coach Roney, man. She the real MVP. Definitely. Shouts out to Coach Roney. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There wouldn't be no Big Low Country Sports if it wasn't for Coach Roney. Definitely would. Roger says, so when are we going to start hearing Ritter? Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. It's too early. It's too early. Like Usher said at Michael Jackson's funeral, it's too soon. Yeah, Lorenzo Carter, he was getting pressure too. He was back there with Grady on one of those sacks. He definitely was. He definitely was. Bubba Gump says, I blame it on the rise up. It has to die. Man, do you know how it feels being in the stadium? You know how it feels being in the stadium and the opposing team, whenever you're losing or you've lost or you're getting ready to lose, the opposing team's fans say rise down. You know, like how do you come back from that? You know, it's like how do you come back from that? Constructor Patterson, Taylor Davis, Pax Paint, Tyler Russell, they all feel like coaching came into play for the loss of this game. Lynn T, Coach Will Amy, Jermaine Simmons, Dre True Statement. They felt like coaching had something to do with it. JT, he put a 16 in. I don't know where the 16 come from. Falcons Empire. He said, heck yeah. He said, heck yeah. Mafia, Coach Bridges in here, you know it's a party. Coach Dre's in here, you know it's a party. Damian, Kenneth Lyons, they all felt like coaching. Now, the next question, guys, is how in what ways did coaching affect this game? That's a big question. In what ways did coaching affect this game? Now, we talked about, how we stopped blitzing, we got a lot of pressure whenever we blitz. Now, we know blitzing is a gamble. Every time you blitz, you have to bring extra people. There's going to be a spot on the field open. So I feel like it was just going to be a matter of time before Jameis was going to burn that blitz. It's just going to be a matter of time, you know. And it's a strategic thing. Ghost Pepper says, first time I put this many ones in. It looked like he got 11 ones in there. Mandy H, she said 1. Damian Beard said Rams aren't scary. Yeah, but once again, a wounded animal with his back up against the wall, it makes a difference. Coach Wilder says, to some degree, it did in the second half. He says 1. James Ridley in here. What's love to you, James? I think it's my first time seeing you. Welcome to the chat, brother. He said he feels like it affected things. And it's one of those cases, guys. It hurt. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. It hurt. Because in the beginning of the game, this is the exact Atlanta Falcons team that we were hoping we would see. We're getting pressure on the quarterback with blitzing. Marcus Mariota, he's rushing. If a play's not there, if a throw isn't there, we're not forcing it. We're just going to go ahead and take off running, right? So it's one of those cases where it just hurt. I'm just going to be complete. I'm being completely honest and I'm sharing my feelings with you. This one hurt, bro. I mean, this one right here broke my heart. I had to sit there. I had to sit there in stands for a minute to get myself together. Mitchell says, I think it was the adjustments too. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I do need y'all to let me know how did the Falcon coaching affect this game? Like I said, we know we stopped running man coverage, and we started zoning out at the end of the game. But I got a few other points that I definitely want to touch on. Pat Poose in here, he said the Saints slogan. I ain't gonna say it. Tracy says, I think y'all could get. I hope you're right, Tracy. I definitely hope that you're right, because man, this one hurt. This one hurt, Tracy. I had to get the Krispy Kreme, with the hot sign on. That's how bad this one hurt. Young City Night War said, good. Well, look, we definitely appreciate it, my family. Definitely appreciate it. Look, it's kind of like what Big Q say. Everybody talk about all this hate in the world. The Falcons fans, the Saints fans could get together and, be respectful. That's a beautiful thing. I don't know if y'all heard there was a fight. I don't know if y'all see the video on social media. There was a fight in the bins. Like 20 minutes after the game. Coach Roney said she was waiting over there at the Congress Center. So there was somebody fighting over there in the parking lot in the Congress Center. They broke it up though. Ain't nobody passed no licks in that. Nah, they ain't have no. Oh. No, they didn't want it. They were just a little bit of shoving. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we call it titty bumping. They wasn't doing that. They were ready to fight like you were. Like I wasn't ready to fight nobody. Oh man. Audemars, he says, hey man, Jameis went in that tent and he came out like Superman. Hey, Jameis, he came out, he was balling, man. He was balling. Dex Vlad says, look, man, I felt like it was a mix of coaching and execution. I mean, yeah. I could definitely. I mean, I remember Drake London, he dropped that pass, but he did turn around and catch the next pass. You hand me a Pepsi, baby. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, baby. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's one of those cases. Coach Brandon Levy, Coach, what in the world? I ain't seen you in a minute, boy. I'm telling you, boy. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Man, I feel a little bit better now, boy. Old Brandon that came in here. Man. Coach Padre, he says both the offense and the defense took their foot off the gas going into the fourth quarter. Lack of killer instinct hurt us again. So, I mean, is that a problem? I thought we resolved that last year in the one score games. Like, what were we, like 7-1 last year? Or 6-1, something like that. I thought we resolved that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Appreciate that, Coach Padre. Much love to you both. But I thought that's something that we fixed. Uh-oh, Brandon Levy put the scissors in there, Coach Ronnie. Falcons coaching. Yeah. Oh, Young City Night War. He feels like the coaches had something to do with it. And I definitely understand that. Tyler, he said we were too conservative. We let him off the hook, guys. We let him off the hook. Saints fans, they said themselves that, look, we were sweating. We were sweating. Like I said, Saints fans behind me, we were talking trash all throughout the game. First quarter, we were talking trash, keying and everything. Second quarter, they got quiet. We were talking about other sports. They didn't want to talk about the game. Then third quarter, I turned around and I was like, hey man, what? They were gone. I was like, dang, you could at least say bye to me. You ain't have to just dip out like that. But look, it is what it is, man. Cartier says, I'm late. Coaching was a problem 15 years in prevent defense in the fourth quarter. And are you kidding me? Big defense, 3 quarters. Hey, bro, I definitely agree with you. I thought this is why we got Dean Pease. This is what we were talking about this whole offseason. Dean Pease, he could use 100% of his playbook. I'm gonna tell you something. It looked very Dan Quinn-esque to me. It looked like the brotherhood defense to me, Bo. And Jameis ate it up. Excuse me. Taylor Davis says, I'm happy with the 416 offensive yards against one of the top defenses in the league. And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to make sure that you take the positives out. And that's what Coach Roney has helped me to realize. Cliff Jackson says, I'm still paying for Jones and said we're still paying for Jones and Ryan's contract. The team is so thin, no backups. I feel like at quarterback, all right, I'm gonna tell you the conversation we were having in the stands. Much love to you, Papoose. I just want to let y'all know the conversation we were having in the stands. And y'all tell me, Saints fans and Falcons fans, y'all tell me if we were wrong for having this conversation. The Falcons wouldn't have played as well as we did today if Matt Ryan was the quarterback.
Well, Matt Ryan won. Well,
he tied. He tied.
But he came back.
Who are they playing against?
Houston.
Okay. He had to come back from a 17-point deficit against Houston.
No respect.
We were playing against the Saints. I'm just saying. So I want to ask the chat. If you feel like we played better without Matt Ryan in this game, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like Matt Ryan would have potentially won us this game, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know because this is the conversation we were having out in the stands. Quit Willis says Arthur Smith equals Scott Frost. For y'all that don't know, Nebraska got upset. I mean, can we say upset? By Georgia Southern. Gator. Hell, Southern. So can we say it was an upset? Because it didn't upset us at all. Oh, man. But yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, Corday said prevent defense with 9 minutes left. Yeah, against a no-huddle offense. That's a recipe for disaster. There's a recipe. Philly. He said facts. I'm assuming y'all talk about Matt Ryan, Constructor Patterson, Raymond Elder, Millie Mills. He said facts. So look, even though Marcus Mariota, he had a few turnovers, a couple of turnovers, and he dropped the ball literally and figuratively. Whenever we had a chance to get that first down to kind of salt the game, I don't feel like we would have been in that situation with Matt Ryan. I just don't feel like that would have been the case. Real Fan Sports shouting out to Pammy Whammy. Much love to Real Fan Sports and Pammy Whammy. Oh, Pammy Whammy just subscribed. Well, thank you so much, Pammy Whammy. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the coaching staff. I'll make sure y'all welcome Pammy Whammy to the coaching staff. Sergeant King, he said, oh, that's true, Coach Lowe. I mean, look, even though Cam Jordan, he is a beast, he's a dog. Cam Jordan wasn't dominating the way that he normally does. We didn't see that too much today now. Coach Dre, Coach Cliff, Lionel Scott, Philly, Raymond Elder. Man, boy, is this gonna be the first landslide? Coach Roney, Jared J, Pax Paint, Constructor Patterson, ATL and all day, Millie Mills. Everybody agrees. Everybody feels like this Atlanta Falcons offense looked better and had a better chance against this very, very talented Saints defense with Marcus Mariota instead of Matt Ryan.
Grandizer just announced that you got over 100 likes on the stream.
Oh man, do your dance, Big Low. Do your dance. Put that thing on. Thank y'all so much for hitting that like button. But look, if you haven't, hit that like button, make sure that you hit it as well. Don't be left out. Don't be left out. Don't be that person. Oh man. Yes, I mean, I think this is a prime example, and this is basically the whole theme of the Atlanta Falcons season. Marcus Mariota is the embodiment of the Atlanta Falcons. He's literally the personification of this team. Even though he's not the most popular, he's not a Patrick Mahomes, he's not a Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. He's not those guys. He's not. Let's be honest. He's not a Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is just more popular than Marcus Mariota. Excuse me. He works for this team, and that being said, there's a lot of times where the most popular opinion, well, there's a lot of times when the most unpopular opinion is the best opinion, right? So I think that moving forward, we're in a pretty good place. Even though we're starting off 0-1, and it hurts. It hurts so bad. Why does it hurt so badly? I thought but why does it hurt me so? I gotta get you out of my head. Hurt so bad, coach. Hurt so bad, hurt me so, hurt me dog. Oh, oh. Coach Roddy, you crazy. Delilah HD says, "Look, man, I'm pissed about it was right there. Coaching costed us this game, period, and their inability to recognize the fatigue of the team on defense. We should just call a timeout. Whenever you start getting burnt like that, they're running no huddle, they're running that hurry up offense. Man, everybody's just 3 to the 3 to the 3. Everybody's saying they like Matt Ryan, but Delilah, she's completely right. Why didn't we just call a timeout and regroup? Why didn't we just call a timeout and regroup? This whole time, all week long, leading up to, not just all week long, whenever the schedule came out, everybody was saying, hey man, Jameis Winston, he's gonna throw some interceptions. And that's how we're gonna win this game. I like, look, this isn't the same Jameis Winston. You got the Jameis Winston in Tampa and Jameis Winston in New Orleans are two separate guys. Two separate guys. And he's in a situation right now where it's like, okay, I don't really have to force the ball down the field like that. Jameis, whenever when it got to the point where he was running out of time, Jameis was legit chucking and ducking. Like he was making those throws. You'd be like, man. And y'all remember me talking about this last night? I was like, look, Jameis, he's gonna make like 2 or 3 throws where it's gonna be like, oh man, dang, that was a good throw. He did it, and look, that's what won them the game. That's what won them the game. Coach Tracy from Facebook, she says, maybe y'all did beat us the first time last year with Matt Ryan. Look, over the years, Matt Ryan, he has a pretty good record against the Saints. It's one of those back and forth things. That was the whole beauty of the rivalry, But it's one of those things. Jared J, yeah, the Alameda Zacchaeus fumble hurt as well. Now, kind of looked like Kyle Pitts fumble, but they didn't call it. So, we might have got away with one there. Oh, they get curb stomped?
19-3.
Ooh.
4 minutes left in the fourth.
Oh, man. How many yards Ezekiel Elliott got?
That's all you care about? Ezekiel Ellis had 10 carries for 52 yards. No touchdown.
Man, well, like I'm gonna lose this week. Mr. Mill says Drake London is better than Chris Olave, hands down. Wow. Look, Drake, he definitely showed up and showed out. He had a chance to go over 100 yards, but it just, we weren't pushing the ball downfield enough. It was almost like Mariota was scared. It's almost like Mariota was scared of Tyrann Mathieu. Papoose says, "Hey, Big Low, where was Kyle Pitts? I was looking for him too. I was at the game. I was like, hey, y'all seen Kyle? Y'all seen number 8? Oh man." Jimmy Davis says the Falcons, they played better than I expected. I love Matt Ryan, but Falcons still would have lost. They're cursed. Man, we ain't cursed. We just gotta we just gotta know what to do in certain situations. Right? Tyler Russell said with this O-line, yeah, you gotta give it a 3. Now, one thing I can say is that in the running game, this offensive line performed head and shoulders a whole lot better than I thought they were going to. They showed up and showed out. Tragic 504 says, I believe Ritter is y'all future, unless y'all change the regime first. Oh yeah, we definitely think Ritter is our future. We definitely do. Definitely. Mandy 8 says, tall players where the shoulder fades in the end zone. I said tall players, where are the shoulder? Hey, I don't know. Now, before we go, I definitely do want to talk about the last sequence. So, that last sequence, whenever, unfortunately, Marcus Mariota took the snap, fumbled the snap, tried to run. It was a cluster. It was a cluster. So moving forward, 4th and 1. 4th and 1. I forgot what. I think we're on like the 48-yard line. We didn't go for it. Like what in the world? They just scored what 14 unanswered points. They scored 14 unanswered points. We didn't go for it. We've been running the ball down their throat all day long. All day long. And we didn't go for it. Now, the crazy thing is, guys, is that oh man, it said Dak done got hurt. Oh man. But the crazy thing is, guys, is that y'all wasn't at the stadium. So whenever it was 4th and 1, the players didn't know what to do. The offense was just standing on the field, not lined up, not in a huddle. Everybody was just looking at each other because it's like Arthur Smith, he was looking like he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. And we got to delay a game, turn it into 4th and 6.
What?
Yes. So we ended up punting the ball. They get the ball, drive down the field. That's why everybody's saying that the coaching is an issue. And like I said, y'all might not have seen it on TV, but they probably had to show it on TV. I'm not sure. But all I'm saying is that it's one of those cases where, first of all, you should have just went ahead and went for it on 4th and 1. It was against your rival team, opening weekend in your city. You've been doing all this talk about changing the culture. You should have went for it. And that's the biggest gripe that I have about this game today. We didn't go for it, and it's one of those cases where I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. It rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong. Okay, ATLGA Faithful said he saw it. He said gut check and we folded. The grade said keep your head up. Hey, I got to. I got to. I got to. Molly Mall says, I thought I said this yesterday that the Saints were going. Molly Mall such a hater, boy.
He said we were gonna get blown out.
Oh, yeah, he showed that. He did, didn't he? He did. I remember whenever it was 26-16, I was like, man, I'm almost on point. I remember thinking that. I said 27-17. I was like, man, I'm almost on point. But yeah. Okay. So y'all seen it. Okay, so y'all seen it. Yeah, Lindsay, culture matters. Dre said he saw that too. Bridget said she didn't see that part. Yes, so it was 4th and 1 before we punted. And it was like everybody was just standing out there. And I was like, what's going on? Delay a game. I was like, wait a minute. I thought everybody was standing out there because it was a timeout or something. Come to find out, it looked like Arthur Smith was trying to figure out what he wanted to do, and it ended up just being a delay a game. So we ended up having to punt. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, guys. The Grace says, just sub to your channel. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I'll make sure that y'all welcome the Grace to the coaching staff. Thank you so much. Inner Power says, why can't we get a coaching staff that knows how not to blow these? That's a good question, fam. That's a good question. Tykeem Seal says, Panthers fan here. I got my heart broken today too, man. Yeah, man. It was a tough day for us, bro. It was a tough day for us. But the beautiful thing is that there's always next week. There's always next week. Lowski said we ran the clock down on purpose. But the thing is, Lowski, is that if we would have just went for the first down, gotten the first down, we wouldn't have had to run the clock out. Manny said she was yelling to go for it. Everybody in the stadium was yelling to go for it. You know? Jermaine Simmons says Arthur Smith needs to start pausing himself. So I don't know if y'all seen the post game press conference. I don't know if y'all seen it, but Arthur Smith comes out and says, hey, I know that a lot of y'all have been writing us off since May. And I know that y'all are going to continue to write us off after we got this loss, but we got 15 more games to play. And 16, but he said 15, but we got 16 more games to play. And, we don't care if y'all write us off. In the words of Coach Roney, you're directing your anger in the wrong direction. Y'all, you mad at the wrong person, Bo. You mad at the wrong person. You just blew a 16-point lead against your biggest rival on opening day. And you're getting mad at the media? Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. You need to do some soul search. You don't need to be getting mad at the media. Right now, you should be at the point where it's like, hey, look, we know that y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say. Like, look, it is what it is. Hopefully, if we win next week, y'all can write something a little bit better about us. But right now, the last thing you need to be worried about is somebody writing you off whenever you did something that was write-offable. That's the last thing you need to be worried about, Bo.
That's my problem. He's talking about some article that came out in May. We are in September and you lost today. So can we talk about what you did today?
Can we talk about what you did today?
And why are you mad at them? Were they the ones that told you not to have a plan on 4th and 1? Was it their fault?
Hey, I'm just
Did
letting.
They tell you how to blow another lead that you were supposed to be. You were brought in to change that culture, and you're continuing it. Why are you mad at them? Did their pen and paper cause that?
I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't know.
He's gonna take ownership of it. He sounds like a spoiled rich kid. Exactly. He mad at everybody else instead of taking ownership for what he did. Entitled. That's what it sounded like.
Wow, Coach Ronnie.
That's what it sounded like.
Woo, Coach Ronnie over here snapping. Coach Ronnie over here snapping. But I mean, yeah, it's like you need to direct that anger in the proper channels. It's like, and Dexter Vlad said, "Look, man, he's always snappy with them talking about the media. It's gonna be, it's gonna be open season on them."
Yeah.
One thing that a lot of people don't realize is that the people who write these articles, back in the day, it used to be the newspaper. Shouts out to Coach Ronnie and Coach Padre for suggesting the wire. But back in the day, it used to be the newspapers, and nowadays it's these articles and these vlogs, and us content creators, we don't got as much pull as like the people that's on the Bleacher Report and things like that. But I mean, end of the day, man, just show people some respect. You don't got to try to act like you're the smartest person in the room all the time. It's like you get an attitude because you lost. It's almost like you trying to take your ball and go home kind of a situation.
Yeah.
It's like you lost.
You want to play with me anyway.
Exactly. Like, come on, man. It's like why didn't you mention that they wrote that they had written you off before this game? Why didn't you mention that back in May?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you lose this game because you thought you was gonna win, and you lose this game, and they're holding you accountable. They're asking you questions that's making you uncomfortable. And now it's like, oh well, y'all wrote us all back in May anyway. Like, no, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Just win. Just that's what Al Davis said. Just win, baby. You win, all those problems are resolved. Ghost Pepper says Arthur Smith doesn't impress me. That's for sure. Besides, he's the head coach. He could tell Pease to get out of zone when they match down the field or when they marched down the field and scored in 1 minute. They should have changed it right then. Yes. It's like they were playing to not lose as opposed to playing to win. Keep doing what got you there. David Jr. Munoz, he said that that comeback, it was crazy. We just hate that we was on this side of it. Able 2K says, what happened today really made me want to throw a rock at my TV. And then Delilah HD says, he isn't wrong though, Coach Big Low. They have written us off. We hung with them, so I understood it. Yeah, we did hang with them, and we could have won the game. And look, one thing that I can say is that a lot of the Saints family that's coming in here, a lot of the Saints coaching staff, they're coming in here saying, hey, y'all are a lot better than we thought y'all were going to be. Much respect to y'all for playing a good game. When's the last time the Saints said something like that to us? It's been a long time. It's like before, let's say going back to 2010, whenever the Saints Falcons rivalry was at its height, when both teams were playoff teams. It's like we were both good, but now it's one of those cases where we came across hard times. It wasn't raining in our field, and we came out first game of the season. We surprised them, and they showed respect. Said, hey, like y'all gonna be giving a lot of teams fits this year because y'all came out, y'all fought hard. Much respect to you. Y'all had a sweat. So I mean, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, Coach Lila. But we, as a coach, especially as the leader, you don't want to foster that type of attitude into your team, right? Because it's like it should be, look, we're doing what we're going to do either way. My whole thing is that if you acknowledge that something is a problem, then something is a problem. As the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, the last thing that should be coming out your mouth is an article that came out back in May opening week of the season in September. That's the last thing that should be coming out of your mouth. After you lose in a heartbreaking fashion, you just taking your ball and trying to go home, bro. You just taking your ball and trying to go home. And it's things like this right here that really, really make me upset. Coach Keith said, "Hey, Coach, I'm in the Phoenix airport. What's going on, Coach? I see old Noah. He's shouting you out." Norman Fitzgerald says, "I'm more comfortable going into the Rams game." And yeah, I mean, look, we know what we got, and we kind of knew what we had coming out of the preseason. You know, we did the NFC South roundtable last night. Everybody else didn't know what we had, right? And now everybody's like, "Oh man, shoot, Falcons, they a scrappy bunch." But moving forward, look, it's one of those things. All right, Pammy Whammy, go ahead and get you some sleep. Rise up to you. Oh man. Silencer. Silencer said, I think AJ and Michael Thomas was a bad matchup. I know it's supposed to be the best versus best, but Michael Thomas is just too big for him. I mean, the thing is, AJ, he's used to playing against those big guys. AJ, he can play against smaller guys or bigger guys. I mean, Michael Thomas, most of the plays that he made were against Casey Hayward. So that's the matchup. That's the matchup that got taken advantage of. Casey Hayward, he got his draws burnt off. He was running around naked like Molly Mall on Bourbon Street on a Thursday night. ATL Kool-Aid Drinkers says, Coach, he said, Coach is a gamer. What is this, a pile fishing for plays? What in the world, Bo? What you talking about, man? What you talking about? Molly Mall talk about, I'm feeling good. I'm thinking about sleeping in the news tonight. What's up with your boy, Coach Roddy? You know, I was thinking about sleeping in the news tonight.
A lot of people said it was that song.
What song?
That TV song that caused us to mess up.
Man, they didn't even play it during the game.
Oh, they didn't play it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, good.
Mm-mm. Man, the 8 said, it started with that. So they ain't played at the game. Thank God. It was going to be a riot. It was going to be a riot if they would have played that song. And Gucci Man was in there too. Like, oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Merc Guy says, I'll take AJ over anybody. We're going to rebound from this for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like we ain't. Look, just like Coach Smith said earlier, like we're not done. This season is just starting, right? It would have been great to start off 1-0. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that. We had the potential to do it, but no, it didn't work out like that. Didn't work out like that. Coach Keith said, "Hey, Coach, I worked the Cardinals game. Arizona's offense is a mess. I seen. It was looking kind of rough, Coach. I don't know if it was Arizona's offense or Kansas City's defense because they made a lot of moves on the defensive side of the ball. So maybe Kansas City's trying to change their culture a little bit." Ghost Pepper says, Noah Arthur Smith, he's probably going to have Avery Williams carrying the rock like Jerome Bettis next week. Just wait and see. So what he's saying is, look, Avery Williams, he's a small guy. I think he's like 5'9", probably like 200 pounds even. And he's saying that he's going to have him running inside runs like Jerome Bettis because ain't no telling about Arthur Smith. Ain't no telling. But, I mean, look, one thing that we can say is that the first 3 quarters, there was a good game plan that was being called. Cordero Patterson was, oh my goodness, he was running people over. Every time he got the ball, I was like, okay, we finna get positive yardage. I think there was one time where we didn't get positive yardage, but Cordero Patterson was just balling out of control, and that was why I was so upset, because I was like, man, this 4th and 1, coach. How often will we be in this situation? 4th and 1 against our division rivals. If we get it, this game's over. Week 1 against our division rivals. You talking about changing the culture? This is it right here. And you got scared. you got scared. And that's one of those situations where you just don't do that. Bridget Powell came in. I can't say that, Bridget. I can't say that. Okay, he's 223. Okay, I got you. For some reason, I thought he was a little bit more light in the pants than that. But yeah, I mean, this was his chance. He didn't get it done. Reese Cup says, "Hey, coach, I was scoreboard watching all game. He said he thought that I thought we had this one too, Noah, but hey, it just didn't work like that, man. Just didn't work like that." Oh no, I ain't see it. Hold on. Oh, okay. We got Superman chat. Merc guy says it was a tough loss, but we shall rebound from this. Arthur going to have them boys learn and get after it this game. I'm ready for us to compete against the Rams. You already know what time it is, Bo. Rams, week 2. They had 2-3 more days more than us to study up for the game, and we're going to LA. But those are the circumstances that we're given. I'm thinking that we're going to go ahead and do what we need to do and pull this dub out, boy. Definitely appreciate it. Much love to you, fam. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Man. But yeah, I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, it was a tough loss. It was a tough loss. What Derek White talk about who that what the word? He believe who that Superman. Man, come on, Derek. See you tripping, man. Y'all got the dub and everything. You try to trick me into saying that phrase. Randy Major says, "What up, Big Low?" The Saints catchphrase. That's why I'm gonna say whatever they say. Chain mover Patterson. That's what he was. That's what he was. Isaac Crimes in here. He said mental mistakes did us in. Yes, they definitely did. They definitely did. Well, look, man, I ain't finna keep y'all up. I know that y'all got to get to work tomorrow. Look, week 1 of the NFL season is pretty much done and over with. Once again, congratulations to the Saints. Y'all got the dub. Epic comeback. We let you off the hook. But look, there's a whole lot of season left. So, we're gonna run across each other again. And in the meantime, if you haven't yet, make sure that you do hit that like button. Also, make sure that you share this channel with your friends and family. Don't keep a good thing to yourself. Don't keep a good thing to yourself. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate everybody for coming on, chopping it up with us tonight. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a safe and productive week. Please don't do anything that I could do. Y'all take it easy, man. What in the world, Bo? We ready.